Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another concept, Web3 and blockchain. Today we're going to be looking at a node. What is a blockchain node? So, as always, I've got the definition. I've got a meaning right there on the screen for us, but I've got some of the key words covered. This is a challenge for us to help us understand and remember and learn the concept here. Go ahead and pause the video. Let me know what you think these three missing words are in the comments below. Pause the video. Okay, so here we go. Let's check to see if our answers are correct there. So a node is any computer that connects to a blockchain network. Nodes communicate with each other to validate transactions, store copies of the ledger, and ensure everyone agrees on the same version of the blockchain. Okay. Now on this video, we're going to go a little bit deeper into what a node does, why is it important to the blockchain, and we'll also look at some different types of nodes. And of course, as always, a few example sentences of how to use node in English. Here we go. Let's get started. So, I always like to make a simple analogy as close as I can to the meaning to help us understand what these things are. So, a node is like a security guard, librarian, messenger, all in one. They check every record, store it safely, and keep everyone else updated with the latest version of the blockchain. Here we go. Let's dig a little bit deeper here. So first, let's look at what nodes do here. So nodes perform several key functions that keep a blockchain network operational and trustworthy. One thing they do is, of course, transaction validation. Nodes check that each transaction follows the network's rules. For example, ensuring users aren't spending the same funds twice. All right. Nodes also participate in data storage. Many nodes keep a full or partial copy of the blockchain, ensuring that the history of transactions can't be lost or changed. Also, block propagation. Now, this is when a new block is created, nodes share it across the network so that everyone stays synchronized. Consensus participation. Some nodes help the network agree on which transactions and blockchains are valid through consensus protocols like proof of work or proof of stake. And last but not least, I'd have to mention security, right? So nodes verify digital signatures, reject invalid data, and prevent malicious actors from altering the blockchain. All right, good. Here we go. As I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to look a little bit at the different types of nodes. Honestly, I was almost hesitant to put this on here because we were only focusing on the general concept, but I still think it's important. I'm not going to go too deep in here. I'm not going to get too technical, but there's just a gist or a general idea of the types of nodes that you might find in blockchain. So here we go. We need to know that different types of nodes serve different purposes depending on how much data they store and how they participate in consensus, right? So first, there are full nodes. So full node stores the entire blockchain and independently verified transaction and every transaction in every block there. And then we have light nodes. So light nodes store only essential data and rely on full nodes for full transaction verification. And then there are archive nodes. These keep historical blockchain states, often used by explorers or analytical tools. Prune nodes start as full node, but deletes old data to save space, keeping only the most recent blocks. Now, as I mentioned, these whenever you learn more about these types of nodes, it gets quite technical, and this is just an oversimplification of these, right? And what they actually do in the names of some of these nodes may change slightly depending on the blockchain network. So keep that in mind. It's just an overview giving us an idea here. We got a few more to look at. So the consensus node take part in block validation and consensus process, often referred to by networks as validator nodes. RPCs, or remote procedural call nodes, provide an interface that lets developers and decentralized apps interact with the blockchain. And the last one we'll talk about here is the mining node, used most famously in proof of work networks like Bitcoin. They compete for block rewards by solving some complex cryptographic puzzles. Okay. If this looks like a lot to you right now, don't worry so much about it, because these concepts can get quite technical, but in this series, we're just trying to get an idea of what the concept is and their basic functionality. Okay. If you want to learn more about these, I would definitely go ahead and take a look at the full explainer that we have in the description, the link in the description below, and also go directly to documentation of the different blockchain networks like Ethereum and Solana and so forth, and get a better idea of what nodes do there. Okay, as always, we're going to look at using the concept in English. So we can use this in English, for example, for discussing network reliability. For example, running multiple nodes helps ensure the network remains online even if one fails. In the English language, node is a noun, a thing, right? So we say what a node or what a noun actually does. We can also use when we're explaining project infrastructure to our team or making a proposal, something like that. We might say our DApp relies on RPC nodes to connect users' transactions to the blockchain. Another thing we can use this for is when talking about system performance. For example, we deployed a prune node to balance storage cost with fast data access. Okay, so as we can see, we use it as just a simple noun by itself here to do something. And we also add the adjective, the type of node, RPC node or prune node here. So you can have type of node or just node by itself, plus some action. All right, here's one of my favorite parts of these videos, a little bit of a quiz, right? A little bit of a gap fill quiz. Here's how it works. We can see that we have three choices here at the top: blockchain, transactions, and node. And we want to choose one of those vocabulary there to fill in the blank of our sentence right there. So go ahead and pause the video. Let me know what you think the answer to this one is in the comments below. And whenever you're ready, unpause the video and check the answer, okay? Go ahead and do that now. Pause the video and write your answers in the comments below. All right, here we go. So, is a computer that connects a blockchain to a network. That's what we're talking about today, right? A node is a computer that connects a blockchain to a network, essentially. Good job, everyone. All right. Nodes communicate with each other to validate transactions. And the last one, pause the video if you need to. Give yourself some time, no need to rush. Many nodes keep a full or partial copy of the ensuring that the history of transactions can't be lost or changed. A full or partial copy of the blockchain. Fantastic job, everyone. If you didn't get all of these correct, no worries. Sometimes we learn by not getting something right. As a matter of fact, if I look back on my life, I've learned a lot by not getting it right the first time, but you stick with it and you just keep going, you keep battling. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint, so no worries. And if you did get all of them right, congratulations. All right, thank you so much for watching this explainer. If you want to go a little bit deeper, check out the link in the description. You'll find full lessons, more concept explainers, and a practice quiz to test your understanding there. Thank you once again, and we'll see you in the next video.